Ooh, hello everybody, and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jeffrey Morrison. How's everybody doing today? I'm gonna be doing another whip and chat. Well, I work on The World I Used to Know by Jojoes Art. There's the picture. Currently at the bottom. Round 22 inches by 28 inches, 56 centimeters by 71 centimeters. And it has two ABs with 44 colors. And the two ABs are 134 and 141. So, I found some more tag questions. It'll just be like one video with these 14. Yeah, 14 best personal questions. From manintelligence.com. I just found them today doing a Google search, and I found like another website with 200. I've written down 50 so far, but I'll just do these 14 best personal questions. Some of them might repeat, I'm not sure, from my previous tag that I finished, but we'll see. Well, been a couple days since I've like filmed a video, but I'm working, so I had been working, so just gonna get the film off here. And I just film when I can, so it's all good. Oh, yeah, magnet. Oh, come on, where's the magnet? There. Okay, there we go. So this is an okay angle. Whoops. Alright, so I had finished previous color before filming, and then finding these questions. So, when you do something positive or helpful to others, do you prefer private recognition or public praise? Private recognition, just like a thank you from an individual. Yeah, I don't really like being center of attention most of the time, so. And it's natural for me just to want to help others, so I'd rather just little recognition, not total front page news in New York Times or whatever. Okay, which color? I'll do F. What's that? 904. So this is still the lower part of the world I used to know, the reflection part. So I'm just working at the bottom and working my way up. The picture. Alright. 904 green. So there's tons of greens and browns. And this reflection piece, and it's just basically the reflection in the water is that. Okay. Okay. Question 2. What are your guilty pleasures? Staying up late and watching music videos on YouTube, really, to not really guilty pleasures, really. Eating, we used to have like buy oatmeal raisin cookies from the grocery store, but due to my dad's like present health regimen, we got rid of the oatmeal cookies. But eating oatmeal raisin cookies or cookies throughout the day when the container was blatantly in the kitchen, and I just kept opening it and eating cookies throughout the day. So, yeah. Yeah, staying up late, watching music videos, yeah. Nothing too hardcore. Okay. Uh, Number three. One might be a little morbid, but yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. Upon dying, if you had the choice to relive your life or live a different life, which would you choose? I would relive my own life because I really wouldn't want to take somebody else's identity, or that'd be altering somebody else's history or something. I'd relive my life in a different way after I had lived this present one, if that works. Okay. Question four. Yeah, these are kind of weird, but I don't know. Do you have any regrets? Uh, yeah, that I didn't start an online business with a shady company. That's all I'm going into that one. It was a really expensive startup, and yeah, that boat capsized and sunk. All I could do is move on. Okay, five. Do you ever feel some people would be better off without you in their life? Uh, no. Who you meet makes me who I am today, or makes you who the person you are today. So, yeah, I can't really definitively answer that, really. Okay, six. Okay. Uh, do you ever feel like you would have been a better person if you had never met someone in your life? Can't really say anything negative about that either, to tell you the truth. The people you meet kind of make you who you are, really. It's kind of similar to number five there. Uh, nope. I don't think I would have been better if I didn't meet the certain people in my life, no matter who it was. Uh, no. Okay, 904. What was it? I generally focus on the questions when I'm doing for the first half anyway. 26. F. Okay. Do 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 do. I'd say whoever you meet in your life shapes your character. So yeah, I can't really judge that. I think you meet certain people for a reason, or you're meant to run into them to learn some sort of lesson somehow, or learn more about yourself kind of subconsciously. So, yeah, that's kind of a heavily loaded question, but okay, number seven. There's only 14 in this. Uh, have you ever bullied someone or been bullied yourself? The latter. I received a death threat when I was in high school from a fellow student of mine, or fellow student in high school. I didn't brush that off. I just went right to the principal and say, "Hey, this guy's issued me a death threat for no apparent reason." And later it was boiled over to he was just joking, but I just didn't take it as it was. I just reacted. It's probably the fastest I've ever reacted to something like that. Yeah, we were fine after that. It's just he had a really weird sense of humor, I guess. I just didn't find it funny that day. So there we go. Uh, 8. Do you resent the way you were raised? No. I have learned very valuable uh, skills or values from how I was raised. There is no such thing as being raised perfectly. We're all meant to make mistakes and learn from them accordingly. Even if we're shrouded in misunderstanding or why we made those mistakes or why those mistakes happened. But if you can overlook what mistakes you've made or missteps your parents have made, that's how you learn. Yeah, still going? Okay. iPhone's just at a different angle. I was just checking if it was still going. 9. Do you hold any grudges against anyone? No. I can be angry at someone for a while and kind of calm down from that. May take me a while, but any grudges? No. It's pretty petty to just hold a grudge. It's just like being angry for no reason. Yeah. I don't like getting angry, but when I do, I just, yeah, feel it through my entire body and it just bugs me. It just makes me feel like crap. So being angry for a long period of time is just not healthy in any regard or holding any grudges. 10. Are you more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head on? Uh, Mixed answer. I'd rather avoid conflict, but depending what the situation is, I'd engage it head on and try to come to a resolution in an ethical and positive manner that is good for both parties. But a casual answer would be to avoid conflict altogether and just do my own thing. 11. Do you prefer that people shoot straight with you or temper their words? Uh, I'd prefer that people are specific with me when they're communicating. Yeah, because dancing around the mulberry bush really doesn't work for me, and no context or no understanding just makes for awkward conversations and a potential problem worse. One there could be like an easy answer or an easy response to something. Okay, still doing F here. I'm placing a couple drills, life goals. Okay, 12. If you could eliminate one weakness or limitation in your life, what would it be? Uh, Fear of the unknown or fear of failure. I have mentioned this before in another previous video in correlation to another question, but fear of uncertainty. 13. How difficult is it for you to forgive someone who refuses to apologize? If they don't want to reciprocate or apologize, It's just time to move on. That's staying in the past and, yeah, keeping the past present. Nah. There's a time and a place for stuff like that, and that belongs in the past. Any conflict, regret, or, yeah. 14. Do you hold any convictions that you would be willing to die for? Uh, I do not like seeing people suffer or be in pain. I would want people to be safe where they live or not have to worry about getting hurt by anybody or anything. I I guess I would not like to see anybody suffer needlessly or for prolonged periods of time. I would want everybody to have the basic necessities of life or a place to go where they can feel safe, like a homeless shelter or a food bank or something. I would want somebody to have the same level of comfort that I have, like in terms of basic necessities of life. Even though I do have some privileges in my viewpoint, like the basic necessities, there's always someone out there suffering or has lost those basic necessities of life, and it may not be easy for them to stand on 2 feet confidently or safely. So I wouldn't want anybody to suffer, would be a conviction that I'd die for. Okay. So, yeah, that was the 14 tag questions for now. And then, yeah, we'll just hang out for the rest of the video. Yeah, that one was shorter, but that's okay. So, on that note, I hope everybody's doing okay. Staying busy or just relaxing with a day off of work or crafting. I went out today, ran a couple errands, got a coupon for cat treats, Temptations cat treats. I already buy Temptations cat treats for my cat, so it was a free 80 something gram bag or something. And I just grabbed the bag that I wanted and gave the cashier at the grocery store the coupon. It was like a sample source mailing. So I joined Sample Source. It's just like a survey kind of product testing company. I'm still in F, right? Yep, 904. Okay. Yeah, so, and the funny thing is that I just got another coupon with the exact same offer on it in the mail today. I literally had to cross the highway to get that coupon. So we'll just have to go to a different grocery store to use that one. So that was kind of funny. Yeah. Other than that, I worked this past weekend. I generally work straight weekends. 2 8-hour shifts, 2 12-hour shifts. Cleaning. Yeah, it was fairly straightforward. Kind of fun. yeah, it's been pretty uneventful, really, so far. Oh my gosh. I'm loving these drills, these Diamond Art Club drills. Yeah, they're fantastic. This canvas is going to be beautiful once it's done. I thought the Snow Queen canvas was big. This one, I'm not sure if it's bigger or not. I don't have the Snow Queen box anymore because I just gave it to my friend rolled up with the drills out in the box. So I don't have the dimensions for that. But yeah, that was my first DAC, I believe. Yeah, Snow Queen, then I did Space for a Reflection by Chuck Pinson. And this is my third DAC canvas, or Diamond Art Club. So yeah. I do like my big canvases, that's for sure. That Noah's Ark that I showed previously, I wasn't too happy with that one, but what can you do? Oh, four. Okay. In the next video, I'll do some other tags I've started writing down. I think it's like 200 or something, so okay, 14. Casual getting to know you question. Oh, no. The next one I found has 33. Okay, so I'll just do those next time. Sure. I'll just continue with the tag videos. And it was suggested to me that I kind of do like a stash video. I believe I mentioned I'll probably just do Diamond Art Club for now. So I have to figure out how I do that. I'm probably just going to film it and then put the boxes up one at a time in the camera and just do it that way. I guess. That works for me. Nothing fancy here on this channel. I just want to give you a straight up, not very edited content, really. Just me, my interests, and yeah. And diamond painting. Diamond painting related mostly. So yeah. It's a very casual go-to kind of channel feel I want to maintain, so yeah, that's all good. What else to talk about? I'm a fairly low-key kind of guy, so anything interesting happening, yeah. It's quite uneventful. I guess they're making a Godzilla versus King Kong movie. I was kind of perusing my phone just on a random website, I guess, and I saw like an ad for Godzilla versus King Kong, and it looks like the early 2000s Godzilla, I guess, whenever the newest Godzilla movie was made. I think it's the Godzilla that was in that Taco Bell commercial when they still had the Taco Bell dog as the mascot or whatever. I think I need a bigger box. I remember that commercial. Yeah, I think it's that Godzilla. Not really my thing. Godzilla and King Kong just sounds like something that would happen like in 2020 or this year possibly. What could possibly go wrong this year? And oh boy, haven't we been surprised as of late? as to what is possible. Is anything really surprising anymore? Not really. That Bernie Sanders meme is certainly hidden the internet. I hope I'm that Senator Bernie Sanders. Do I have that right? I don't know. Sitting in his chair at inauguration with artisan gloves on and his blue medical mask, wearing a coat, sitting on a folding chair. I think it was at inauguration, Joe Biden's inauguration. I think that's where it came from. And now there's like a way that you can just insert them into pictures for a meme. I don't know. A meme is just like making fun of something or yeah. I like that kind of stuff, but yeah, there's even one of them like worked into a Where's Waldo picture. I found Waldo in the picture, which is usually like a shocker within itself to find like Waldo in one of those massive pieces of art. But yeah, Bernie Sanders was like somehow edited it edited into the Where's Waldo. There's yeah, just tons of those memes online. I see one like probably every day now. It's kind of like that Tide Pod thing. Like a couple years back, people ingesting Tide Pods or something, or a Tide Pod meme. That was like a couple Januaries ago. It's like kind of like the cinnamon challenge that happened a bit ago too. Like my word. This one is just Bernie Sanders sitting in a chair and just photoshopped into various situations or pictures. It's just kind of funny. There's a Friends one, the whole Friends cast, and him sitting on a certain spot on the couch. And saw a Big Bang Theory one where he's sitting in Sheldon's spot in their apartment. It's like it's creative, but to a point, it's just like, yeah, can I be looking at something else right now? Social media. Some of them are funny and ingenious, but yeah, just when someone on social media says, I want to join in because I feel left out with this meme, you know it's like old, old news already. Oh well. People are getting a kick out of it, and how harmless is it really? Like, it's not really hurting anybody. Like, I don't know. It's just the internet. Like, look at how fast that meme caught fire and gained interest and momentum. It just takes mere seconds after somebody does something these days and it's on the internet in some form of communication or visual, and it's there forever. Yeah, so I do like the smudge memes too, with that housewives of something show, like one chick just like so angry and almost crying and pointing her finger at something. It's like the Housewives of Beverly Hills or something, I think. It's that, and then the other half of the meme is Smudge. Just a white cat with its mouth open with a weird expression on its face with a plate of food in front of it. Those memes are funny. Some of them are borderline offensive, maybe, but it's a good laugh for like 20 or something seconds. There's like a meme group that Facebook smudge the cat memes or whatever. I joined that and I get a meme in my news feed whenever somebody posts. So I just like that quick quirky stuff. I get Daily Garfield and Milton the Cat. I like those webcomic kind of things. It's very nice, brief entertainment. I just read like news headlines too. Uh, on the internet. I don't know. I just read headlines. If it's interesting, then I click the page. But generally, I just, yeah, I just peruse headlines. In the morning when I'm off, or at some point during the day, I do sit down and watch the news. CP24 in my area or MSNBC in the evenings usually. Uh, don't really watch CNN too much anymore, but that's another news outlet. Just to get a scope of what's going on, really. Just a snapshot, just for like half an hour or so. CP24 is based in Toronto, I believe. Oh, excuse me, Toronto, Canada. Yeah, and it's basically like a 24-hour news cycle. Yeah, it just loops. There's an anchor that goes on for a couple hours and then it switches to a new anchor and then they share the news. Yeah. Well, so does CNN and MSNBC, but yeah, it's like an anchor for 1 or 2 hours on either news outlet there. And you may get like new headlines throughout the day, like immediately, and then yeah. But I just sat there for like half an hour to an hour, maybe half an hour minimum for a news cycle. Lately, Mondays have been, yeah, full of some pretty uh, tragic stuff. I don't let it bother me. It's just, to a point. Yeah, some of it's disturbing, but I've almost become desensitized to it. Like, some pretty bad stuff has happened over the years. Like, where were you when 9/11 happened? Like, the World Trade Center tragedy. Like, I was in school, like, high school, I think. 2001? Yeah, that's nobody's going to ever forget anytime soon. Even if you didn't know anybody in the World Trade Center, that was just wow. It's just one of those events that just transform lives. Well, look at COVID-19, this pandemic. Yeah, it's certainly changing lives too and shaping the way we live for sure. But where there's a will, there's a way. However, that's easy to say. And then the doing part for some people, it's never going to be the same. I kind of don't like the word normal that they use in context of COVID-19 because there's going to be no such thing as normal for some people. It's going to be like a new normal. You have to put new normal in front of that, unfortunately. It was, it's been a change for a lot of people. Some bad, some good. It's a double-edged sword, really. The bad stuff you hear about, uh, the good stuff is there. There's like a shred of hope, of course, always. You just have to look for it or embrace it that way. But yeah, it's not hard. It's not easy to deal with some of the aspects. Uh, Depending on what you're looking at in regards to that. Mental health for anybody certainly takes a hit. Anybody. Brother's pretty. My older brother's pretty social. So is his wife, or my sister-in-law. In other words, any child in school that has to take online classes, yeah, that's an immediate. Yeah, that's got to be difficult. Online learning, yeah, and the parents that can't go to work but have to make sure their kids do their homework for online school, and the amount of commitment on top of that. Just making sure this is still F. Yeah, it should be. Okay. Almost looks like a P, but yeah, when you look at it closer, it's actually F. But yeah. Yeah, mental illness certainly is prominent in this pandemic, and there's other fallout from COVID-19 as well. And yeah, you don't have to look too far for context or understanding of that. Well, it depends where you're looking to. But on the bright side, has anybody discovered new hobbies or are now doing something that you wouldn't have normally done before? Or have gone back to something that you did years ago? On one of the groups in Facebook, I've been seeing people learn crochet or knitting. I've seen a post today about that. Yeah. So there are bright spots in something that is just catastrophic. It's most likely it's about perspective. Even though the difficult uh, parts of this pandemic are prominent, there's always a different perspective that you can look at instead. There's always something else to get your mind off of that. So, yeah, having a hobby is can be pretty important right now, or something you like doing that you have more of a chance to do right now than you ever did before is pretty important. Yeah, I had hobbies before COVID-19 had hit. Well, everybody does. Well, almost everybody. I can't say like everybody exactly, but from this community, like the diamond painting community and the crafting community as a whole, like there's a lot of passionate people out there and artisans and people that make handcrafted things or stuff from kits or whatever, miniatures. Yeah, they that was their hobby was most likely solidified before all this, but yeah, you can discover a whole lot about yourself. when something like this comes along, or when you have the curiosity to discover more about yourself. It's never too late to really learn something new. So, yeah. I try to learn something new every day, even if it's just a quirky little fact. So, I seen a picture of a snow leopard holding its tail in its mouth, the end of its tail in its mouth. I don't understand what that was all about, but there was a comment under it. It was so that their tail didn't get dirty, but I'm thinking, wouldn't they, the leopard or any animal with a tail, be able to control their tail? Because it's basically ligaments, muscles, and tendons in the tail, or so I thought. I thought it was like vertebrae or bone or something, but it's just tendons, nerves, and muscles. So, okay. It's just amazing what you can learn. And then when you do like search up something like that, then the weird ads that show up from Google or Google ads or whatever when you're like browsing something else. There are times where I ended up with like underwear ads for some strange reason. I guess just looking up a t-shirt that I bought from a merchandise site for a guitarist that I watch on YouTube, I ended up with underwear ads, and I guess because of my age demographic, 30s, 35, so I get like workout age demographic ads all the time, and yeah, I'm not really the workout kind of guy. Maybe walking around a lot at work, but me lifting weights or anything, not really. I've been on a, I was on a treadmill like late at the end of last year, but as for like a lifting iron or anything, or weights, or doing push ups every day, nah, not me. I crouch and lift and squeegee water, use air hoses, and move stuff at work enough as it is, then I'm on my feet for my job. Cement floors, and then you add oil and other debris, and we're having a great time. So, yeah, it's a physically demanding job. So, physically exerting job. And, yeah, I get dirty or wet every single time. Either getting covered in flour or just soaked from water deflection onto my clothes, or accidentally spraying myself with a water hose. Getting chemical on me from deflection splash, even with safety gear on. I definitely wear safety gear, glasses, and all that. But yeah. Well, I at least got one color snuck in here. Almost done this one color. Love the greens in this. For sure. Yeah, glad I found a couple more tags anyway. So, that one was like 14 questions. Yeah, still a tag. I'm lucky to have like printed off that previous 100, but these other tags, there's like an ad almost between every single question. So I really don't see wasting a whole bunch of ink to print off that page. One of them I think was in PDF format, but I think that was another site entirely that I didn't end up using the questions to. You're basically questions that, like, I guess if you're like in a just getting to know somebody, it's almost like they're questions you'd ask at a date or an outing with friends or something, or if you're at a party or something. I don't know. I just think it's like a good way to get to know me better once I kind of scope out questions that aren't kind of like belong on Tinder or something. I can't say I'm like really in the dating scene. I I work a lot and I just keep to myself really. Not that I wouldn't want a relationship, it's just it takes a lot of commitment. Not that I'm afraid of commitment, but it's something you have to like stick with and make somewhat of a life adjustment for. I don't know. I have like hobbies like this, and the amount of work is just, and the schedule that I have, it's just, yeah. Other people or friends of mine that I know like work during the week, and like people I knew in high school have their own families and are married. But yeah, I just never went in that direction. I didn't even know what I wanted to do like after high school. I just ended up working. I just graduated from high school, like graduated years ago, like years, 16 or 17 years ago now. We'll say 16 because I started my current job 16 years ago. And I just started it like right after high school kind of thing, so yeah. I just work and am developing this channel. Oh, excuse me. Developing this channel. So, yeah. I just try to keep it simple. I have tried relationships, but I'd have to, I'd feel I'd have to drastically change what I do in terms of work, like work during the week like everybody else, or it would probably take me a while for this to become full time, but the more you work at something like this, the more success you're apt to have. So that's encouraging. And this in itself is a hobby, so I'm doing what I love and filming it at certain intervals, so it's allowing me to do what I love doing and open myself up a little more to this crafting community as a whole. So it's great to be able to do this and kind of get out of my comfort zone a bit. Because a few years ago, I was literally in a shell. I still like keeping to myself to an extent, but now that I'm older and know a bit more about myself and discovering a bit more about myself, uh, the easier it gets. I used to dread doing presentations in school or talking in front of large groups of people, but it gets easier the more you do it. If that's what you're willing to do, if you're not comfortable with it, just start with a group of a couple people, and then as you get more confident, you go to bigger groups. But yeah, H. Let's see. I don't know. The more you do something like learn how to play the guitar or something, the more you're like involved with it and practice like one song or chords or whatever, the better you get. The more you diamond paint, for example, the more canvases you do, the more knowledge you get about different companies and what their kits are like, or what designs interest you, what pictures interest you, and what you want to do with your canvases and or your hobby in general. Yeah, it's just yeah, a hobby is very dimensional and explorative and expressive for sure. Yeah, like even reading or writing. Like, what do you like reading? What do you like writing about? Or what do you like? Yeah, yeah, a hobby is just can be a deep look at yourself internally and expressive at the same time. So it can be therapeutic, which diamond painting has been touted to be, relieves anxiety or improves focus, uh, improves dexterity, I guess. It's a healthy habit. It depends on how you look at that, too. Uh, some people who like hoarding kits, which I kind of did last year, I can probably honestly tell you I have close to 50 kits. But that's normal for diamond painting, isn't it? Right? Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with like really liking something of this nature, or crocheting, or knitting, or miniatures. Uh, I guess like to a point, I suppose as long as you're not like losing days of sleep over it or not taking care of yourself, that's a little different. Then it might be a problem, but other than that, it's a perfectly healthy outlet from the daily uh, chaos of life right now. Yeah, I just gotta find this next color I want to work on. I just finished F for this section. H, 368. I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot more colors going on down here, or more of the same. I think in the top half there's gonna be a lot more color. Yeah, there's different symbols down here than that of up at the top of the canvas. So that's interesting. The variation of colors and oh, it's a these canvases like just like doing them as an art form in itself, like all the symbols and how they're placed on the oh, it's just intricate and so clever, and it forms an image. It's beautiful. 368. Wow. I have like so much fun doing these canvases. Yeah, a lot of greens in this, and I love green and blue. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep that up there. How are we doing for time? Oh, almost hit like an hour. Okay, I can probably wind this down. So I've been Jeffrey Morrison, or my channel name is Echoes of Color with Jeffrey Morrison. Holy cow, know your channel, man. Anyway, you can find me on Facebook, Jeffrey Morrison, Erey in my first name, and then Morrison. Last name, Instagram at Morrison Jeffery, all lowercase together. And I just have my Gmail account. I'll have it in the description as well. Jeffrey Morrison at gmail.com. Yet again with the Erey, my first name, and Morrison, all lowercase, at gmail.com. Yeah. Man, these hours go by pretty quick. But yeah, it's all my phone can really hold in terms of video. Any longer than an hour, then I run out of memory. I wonder how much memory an iPhone would hold. I am considering switching phones or updating, because I think with the phone plan that we have, we can upgrade. I'd probably try an Apple. I'd probably try an iPhone this time around. I'd be willing to try that, because I've worked with Windows PCs and MacBooks, so can't be too difficult to learn something like that. But anyhow, thank you for watching and all the support and comments. Thank you for the suggestions as well. Yeah, stash video and tags, making tag videos. Yeah. It's just basically whipping chats and unboxings so far, but yeah, we'll see. Just go day by day, doing a little bit every day for the channel. So take care, be safe, and I wish you all the best in your crafting endeavors, no matter which craft you're doing. So bye. Have an awesome day. Talk to you again.